It's not that these things are wrong, but they should be viewed as supplemental to your core income strategy. So there's a risk there of the dividend being reduced or the company itself failing. Hi, friends. This is Colin Richards, president and founder of Lord & Richards, and I'm excited to be back with you today on this episode of the Lord & Richards Show. And we are continuing a series in really some of the fundamentally most important topics that we cover as advisors with our clients, just like you. You see, at Lord & Richards, what we strive to do is bring about a sense of peace of mind around retirement so that you can be carefree and enjoy the freedom that you really desire and that you've been waiting all these years for. And as I started in previous episodes, that foundation is really to understand the ultimate goal, okay? So at the base of retirement planning needs to be an understanding of where we're going. And the retirees I talk to want to be carefree. They want happiness as the ultimate goal. We know this is key and critical to people's needs, is that the ultimate goal is happiness, freedom, fulfillment, relationships, love, belonging, esteem, respect, all of those things. And the other things only contribute to that, like freedom of time. That's what you need. You need to have the time to be able to pursue those things, and freedom of health, that physical stamina and physical health to be able to do what you love. And then at the very bottom, not less important in the sense that it supports the others, but certainly we don't put wealth ahead of happiness or health, but it is vital to help you. So freedom of wealth, freedom of time, freedom of health, freedom of wealth. These three are critical. And if you missed my prior episodes, I'd encourage you to check us out on YouTube and check out our first episodes, first segments on freedom of time. So last time we were talking about freedom of time, and the principle being that to fully enjoy retirement, you need that to do the things you love with the people that you love for all the reasons that give you purpose and fulfillment. And what's in the way is your job, your career, your work. That's the obstacle. And what we do at Lord & Richards is we come alongside and teach you how to remove that obstacle effectively, not just by quitting work, but by doing it in a way so that you can truly enjoy, without stress, an abundance of time through an abundance of available income. And last time I talked about those tools that people typically return over and over again to with mixed results, often resulting in failure and having to go back to work or reduce our budget. Non-guaranteed, non-abundant tools. What do I mean? Things like portfolio withdrawals. People who withdraw money from their portfolio to support themselves in retirement have a constant battle to do unless they're just blessed with so much abundance in their wealth that they got way more than they need. But most of the people I'm talking to want to maximize their wealth. And so they don't want to scrimp and hold back. They want to be able to spend. But when you're withdrawing from your portfolio, you can have severe problems, especially during down markets. It's a process I call dollar cost ravaging. People are using old rules of thumb like the rule of 4%, but now that's insufficient. That won't get you there if you go through any kind of major market downturns. Another failed strategy that people rely on are dividends. It's not that these things are wrong, but they should be viewed as supplemental to your core income strategy. So there's a risk there of the dividend being reduced or the company itself failing. CD laddering. Okay, we can enjoy a little bit of a nice rate right now, but certainly not enough to keep up in the way that you need to over the long retirements that my clients are seeking. And then real estate rentals. Those are great, and they can supplement your income. And if you're relying heavily on those, I really encourage you to have a backup. Have a backup. Because if you're having somebody else manage it, you're probably not getting a super high rate of return on that investment. And if you are, great, fantastic, but have a backup. Markets change. Real estate is a market, just like stocks. Okay? So what are the guaranteed, the more abundant tools that need to form the real foundation of income so that you can retire without worry? These are the solutions that we offer as a distribution specialist, okay? That means that we focus on helping you get to and through retirement without worry by withdrawing in a way that won't jeopardize your retirement and also won't make you feel like you're having to cut back. You might call some of these solutions defined benefit solutions, defined outcome solutions. What do I mean by that? They're guaranteed. They're abundant sources. Think of your Social Security. That's probably the one that almost all of us will have. Wouldn't it be wonderful to have more of that, right? If you could just live on something completely guaranteed that has cost of living adjustments every year. You say, well, I don't have a lot of faith in the system. Well, you should, because it is cordoned off from the rest of the government's budget. That's a good thing. And the government has determined long ago that they're not going to mess this system up. Now, some people I talk to are still concerned, so we can back that up for you. We can provide other solutions to back that up if something ever happens or if your cost of living adjustments don't rise as you had hoped. How about government pensions? This is one that I've got family that really enjoy this, multiple pensions. You say, well, I've got a private pension. Well, think about the folks back when Continental and United merged and how many people were devastated by the loss of their pensions there, getting pennies on the dollar. I would say a private pension is great, but you'll need to back that up. And we have ways that we can do that for you. A lot of times it's especially hard if you're married to know, well, how do I tackle a pension? Should I get a joint income, partially joint income? We can help you do the math on that. We do it all day long as distribution or income specialists. And then finally, principal protected type annuities. I'm not here talking about the kind where you can lose your money due to market fluctuations. I would really steer you away from those. They're called variable annuities. And we're trying to build a concept I'll describe in more detail later called a barbell. This is the concept that billionaires use, okay? High net worth people, where you got more conservative assets on one side of your barbell and more aggressive assets on the other. Well, for your lifestyle, what do you think? Should we have aggressive, high-risk assets that support your lifestyle? Quite to the contrary. I strongly suggest that you have principal-protected assets that provide guaranteed income that will grow. Even the cash value of those investments will grow, and that those be your sources, together with Social Security, government pensions, of lifetime income, okay? And then we can go on and have the liberty to be more aggressive. So what you need, here it is in a nutshell. You need a distribution or an income specialist, not just somebody who helped you build up your savings during your working years. That's what we call an accumulation-focused advisor. But we are not only focused on accumulation, but helping you have the freedom of time in retirement so that you can enjoy the things that you love with the people that you love. And I'd love to talk to you some more about it together with my team. It just simply starts with a phone call.